again for joining us for posting a training on Afterschool Pathfinder. I want to give you a brief idea of what Pathfinder is. It is a free website that we run, and we are the New York State Afterschool Network. And we run the site with support from the Department of Youth and Community Development here in New York City, and the Wallace Foundation and the Booth Ferris Foundation. And the website is used to connect employers with staff and with professional development opportunities for school, expanded learning time, and youth programs across New York State. And as you know, today's webinar is on posting a training, so there is space to post things that you offer and also to find training as job opportunities. And I just want to be very clear that this website is completely free for all users. So we really do encourage you to listen and post all trainings that you have available throughout the state so that others can find those trainings or find you as an on-site trainer. Okay? So today's webinar, I am going to go through the process of signing up on the website and registering for an account, and then creating a training organization, and then posting a training on the website. I'll show you a couple of other capabilities of the website in case you're interested. And then I'm going to leave plenty of time for questions and answers, and this will be a brief webinar, so try to keep it as quick as possible. Okay, so I am going to share my screen with you. See the website. Okay, so this is Afterschool Pathfinder, and it's located at www.afterschoolpathfinder.org. Here on the top right-hand side, there's a section for login, and that's where we're going to get started. You already have an account, but we're going to create a new one today, so you'll select Create New Account. Let's go with that, and say Test Account. And you'll see here that spaces are out in your username, and you can use punctuation if it's period, hyphens, and underscores, but that's all. It shouldn't be your email address, but you will need to enter a valid email address because you will be asked to approve your account through email before you can actually log in, and also any notifications that you sign up for will go to that email account, so it's important to use the correct one. Then you'll see on your profile that there are a couple of options for user roles. For job seekers are those that are going to this website to find employment opportunities or volunteer opportunities. And are those that would be posting job or volunteer opportunities. And trainers would be posting training opportunities or posting themselves as a site-based trainer for kind of on-demand training opportunities. You can select any or all of these. You don't have to have only one role, so select whatever is relevant for you. I'm going to pick trainer. Information in. Note that not all of the information here is required. However, we do really hope that you will enter in as much information as possible because it's more helpful for the website. Now I've typed this in a few times, which is coming up. That won't happen most likely for you if you haven't used the site before, but that way it's faster. Make sure to change the state here to New York. And there's this last filter in. And how did you hear about the website? Please do select this, whatever is appropriate for you. I've seen cards that we have, so I'll select that today. The last thing we need to do is a word verification. Just to make sure that it's human entering and not a computer. Okay. So your password and further instructions have been sent to your email address. So in yet, you have to go to the email and then approve that. So let's see if it's come through. There it is. So here you'll see your username and a temporary password. I'm going to go ahead and just click on that link, and it knows that I need to reset my password because time password is the only good one. So let's select a new one. You'll see here you can also upload a picture. I'm not going to do that today. You're certainly welcome to do that. You can sign up for any notifications that you want here. Okay, so now that the changes have been saved, I can go back to the home page. But it says log out now, so I am logged in as a user. And the first thing I want to do is post a training. So I'm going to click on the Trainings tab and post a training. Before you can start posting, you need to select the training provider you belong to from the list below. So I'm going to look for New York State After School Network. So here. However, if you don't see your organization on the list, you can easily create a new organization. So let's now. I'm going to do that by clicking on this blue text here, and I'll make one for us. And I'm going to put in my website. So this one, again, all of the information is not required. However, this is what users are going to be able to see when you look at the profile for your organization. So it's really to your benefit to put as much information as you possibly can, so users are able to see all of that. Okay, I'm going to put our main phone number here. I'm going to put my email. That's up to you what email it is. Maybe you have an info account or something like that. Okay, click a region. So we actually serve the whole state, and think about the training opportunities that you are offering. Are they only in New York City? And then you want to select all the boroughs. Is it one borough? Are you only offering on Long Island? Do you offer web-based training? Are you doing webinars that people can sign up for? So you want to select any of these that are relevant. So today we're going to select all of them since we do trainings across the whole state. So I'm sure that I have all of that. And here's an important question, site-based. Means that you are willing to go to a site for another organization and host a training there. So that's kind of that on-demand training that I was talking about. So if you select this, you will be put into a database of site-based trainers, and employees or staff can search for site-based trainers based on the topics that you offer. So that. Then I select my site-based trainer topics. So about all of the training that you offer. I'm going to pick a couple of them that we work on, but there's certainly more. And then there's also this other section, and you can type in something else. So I'll put something specific on our quality self-assessment tool training that I'm going to post today. Description. Okay. I'm going to show you here. You can certainly type in your mission here, and then change the form. But the easiest thing you can also do often to do is to go to the site. The information that's already available, you can copy and paste directly in by clicking the clipboard and pasting. And then once your text is in there, you can update the text however you want. So you can hyperlink. I'm going to go ahead and put our website in again. There, you can make anything underlined. You can change the font and size. So all of that's available to you. You might want to put in some more information about the types of trainings that you offer if you don't feel like this is as specific, or maybe some qualifications for the organization. I'm going to save that. All right, so here as New York State After School Network has been created, and I can start posting trainings. So I'm going to click on trainings and post a training. Now you'll see automatically the training provider there is New York State After School Network. So most of the time when we're offering a training, we have some type of write-up. I'm going to show you how to copy and paste some information and also just enter some information. So here's a very blurb about a training that we offer. And I have it that we will do it on the 27th. And it's going to start at 6 p.m. and end at 4:30 p.m. Here you select whether it's free. For us it is free, but you can also enter in a cost, or if there's different registration fees, you could put in a web address or anything else that you need to say here about the fees. Note that you also have the option up here further to repeat. So say I offer this training monthly, I can have it recur every month through a certain time. You can do that daily, weekly, yearly too. I'm going to take that back off. Don't repeat. I don't want that to be continued to be offered. But you can also select additional dates. So say you're only offering it one other time, so then you can put the other date that it would be on there. This is going to be where the training is going to take place. Now, please see here that if you are hosting a webinar, don't put in a street address. Go ahead and put in NA for not applicable. It's easier for people to see that it's going to be online. Here I will put our address for the training, and that's going to pop up for me. This one, this is for where your training is located. So you'll note that as a training provider organization, I went ahead and selected all of the areas of the state because I need to train in all of those areas. However, this specific app that I put in for this training is in Manhattan, so I want to select that. I just want to stress the importance of selecting either region or borough, and note that you can select web-based if your training is online from the region list. But you need to select one of those two even though they're not required, because this is how your training is going to be listed. So sometimes people set up alerts to be alerted when a new training is posted. When they're searching for trainings, they're going to be looking for the area that the training is offered. So you need to make sure to list that. Then a type. So the choices here are training, online offering, credit-bearing course, conference, college degree program. So this is actually just going to be an in-person training or workshop, but you can select any of those other ones. And then what archive address. So if you're hosting a webinar and you always post them to a certain place, you can go ahead and put that link in. People can see what the archives afterwards. At the end, we have a few choices here: administrative staff, frontline staff, people who are doing an internship, teachers, site coordinators or program directors, students, or senior management. And you can select any or all of these. So I think for us, I'm actually going to pick site coordinators and program directors and supervisors. Training size. This is required, so if it's an unlimited size, you can leave it blank. We can go up to 50 participants. Call credit. This training will not count towards college credit, so I'm going to select no. Minimum education required. I have a specific minimum education for this course, however yours might. So I'm going to leave it with none. If training applies to us, I said I'm doing a training on the QSA, the Quality Self-Assessment Tool, and that is applicable for school-age children. Fulfills the New York State school-age child care training requirements. And you can click here to see the requirements. I think that this one will. Are you a New York State credentialed trainer? we are not a credentialed trainer at the time. These are all from the same program, Credentialed, Verified, and Content Specialist. So I'm going to select no for these. If you are one of these trainers, then you will know that and select yes. Otherwise, select no for all of those. Okay? I said that it will fulfill a school-age child care training requirement, and here's my list of requirements that it could cover. So I'm going to select child daycare program development. And then use professional core competencies. These are other choices. So what here are we in the training? So we're going to do a little bit over youth development and cover several of these. One may have many of those. Supervisor core competencies. And note that you can actually click the link to read more about these to be specific about your choices here. So each one does link to a document with descriptions. Okay. All right. Now, are people going to sign up via email for your training? Are they going to call? Is there a link on the website for registration? I'm going to have people register via email and not via phone. Okay. Webinar, certainly you want to put in a web address. Okay, now description. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this description we already have. Again, that's often the easiest way to do it, but you can certainly type straight in. Oops. And you want to click that clipboard. And here, if you have, say you have a thing, you can say learn more here, or enter in your web address. The training. Put that in at the website as well if there's a registration portion. Okay, a couple of options. I can preview or I can post my training. I'm going to preview and see what it looks like. This is what this posting will look like when I have approved it. And it covers all the areas, it has the description, where to sign up, and then I get the opportunity to edit it again. So I think it looks good. Posting, and then I'm going to hit save. Now, with your training, it does need to be approved. So you will be emailed when your training has been approved by the administrator of the site. It take a couple of days to get posted. We do recommend posting your training in advance, not posting it the day of. So especially so that users are able to find training. So we're waiting for the posting to be approved. Let's take a look how people might search for training. They can also do past trainings. So if the date's already taken place, maybe they want to see what has been offered and who could offer what. Filter by training provider. They can say specifically, I want to learn more from a specific organization. Filter by training audience. So maybe I only want training from my site coordinators. And then filter by date. This is the date. So let's say 14 days, and that's the date that it was posted. And then, so not necessarily the date that the training took place, but they want to know how long it's been. We're getting the newer postings. Then type. I'm looking for something that's online, perhaps. And they can limit by region. So again, it's important to select the right region. You can select whether you need the training to be free, what needs to be covered, all of that information, and then go ahead and hit search. So mine was too specific, but let's take a look at the upcoming trainings. And this is actually how your training is going to look. And here we'll see actually that ours was approved and in chronological order for when the trainings will be taking place. So the organization, the time it takes place, the date, as the description that was put in that description place. If this was approved, let's go back to the email and see what you'll get. So when you've been approved, you will get that email saying that. So just so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Let's click on it again. So just as it looks like in the preview, that's where it is. And you can see it takes place in Manhattan, training location, all of that information is still there. The other thing to note is that even though my training has been posted, I still have this edit tab. So perhaps if we change the date, we decide to repeat it, I can back in at any time and update the event. And then, so let's do that. Let's say now we're going to do this online. And then there would be some more things that need to go with that. But then all I have to do is hit save. You don't have to wait for your changes to be approved. So that's automatically updated, so it says online offering. Okay. Take a look at the on-site trainers. Okay. So when we registered this morning, we decided to select site-based training and then put in some categories for what we offer. Let's take a look at who is willing to do web-based training. We have pages and pages of providers. So maybe I want web-based training on literacy. Okay, narrowed it down a lot. So let's say I want youth for youth. Then I can click. Again, this is where you would see your profile. So that's why it's important to have some information there. Okay. So people can go through and search this way for any area that they want. They can say, I want something that specifically contains a couple of different words, and use that to see who's available to come out and do training, and then can contact you. So you'll see some organizations list phone numbers, others just list websites, have emails as well. So if you want people contacting you, it's how you want to register your training organization. Okay, quickly, I'm going to show you a couple of other capabilities of this site, and then I'm going to open it up for some questions and answers. So first off, this is also a job posting site. You can find jobs in the job section. You can browse employers. You can search for jobs, area by level, and then just see what's been posted. And then there's also a resources section. So this is for supervisors. Today we're doing training. So for trainers, here's some core competencies for trainers, some regulations, and then some other information about offering quality training that might be helpful. And then there's other sections for development workers or frontline staff and for supervisors as well. Okay? In the last few minutes, I do want to open it up for some questions and answers. Okay. If I'm waiting to get an email, training being approved, and it hasn't come through, it's been a couple of days, who can I contact? There is actually a contact form that's on the website. So you can just click on Contact Us from Afterschool Pathfinder and enter in your question there, and the email will come through. Also welcome to email me at alidie@nysan.org and ask any questions there. But either way, that information will come to us, that there is a difficulty with the posting, and find out what happened. To go back and make changes to my training post, yes, you are. Again, when you view your posting, once it's already been approved, then you do have that edit tab that's next to the post that you can then go back and update any of the information, or again, you can duplicate your posting if you decide that it's part of a series, or it will be offered at multiple times. That way you don't have to go back in, put in all the information again. So that's a question. Is there a reason that my training might not be approved? Okay, that's a great question too. So the website is for trainings that take place either online or in the state of New York. So those are the ones you're going to find on Afterschool Pathfinder. So if your training takes place in other states or isn't relevant, then it might not be approved. And so specific to youth development. So if it has something that may be of interest to after school or summer or expanded learning opportunities providers, would be approved. So it might be something on finance, so that might not be specific to youth development, but it's relevant to programs, so that can certainly be posted on the site. However, if there's something that you're doing a training on that has absolutely no relevance to programs, then we might contact to ask the training was posted, what the relevance is, or it might not be approved for the site. Okay, and allowed to use the training listings for my own professional development. You can certainly go the listings and see what's available and sign up for those. People post trainings on Pathfinder when the training is open for participants. So that's another thing. If you are hosting a training that's only for an organization, it's at their site, and you don't open for any other participants, there's no reason to post that on Afterschool Pathfinder because it's not open for other people to join. So that does mean, though, is that anything posted is open to join. It is there for you to see. There are also a lot of conferences that are posted on Afterschool Pathfinder and webinars that are available for you to take. So it's recommended to go through the listings and select anything that you're interested in and sign up for that. Thank you so much for joining us. As I promised to keep this brief, we will go ahead and end this webinar now. I just want to leave you with the reminder that this is a free website, and it's a great way to get some participants for training opportunities and also get your or yourself out there as a site-based trainer available in New York. So we do hope that you will take this information, sign up for the website, and start posting your training opportunities now. Thank you, and have a good day.